guys, here's a quick dog culture rant for y'all. The dog culture is full of logical fallacies, and one of them is pit bulls get blamed for attacks, right? And then the pit bull culture people, are the dog promoting people, will say, well, you can't blame a pit bull because that was a pit mix. It was, corgi, blah, 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 some other dog. And then they will make this point. They will use that fact to make a point that pit bulls can't be blamed for attacks because these dogs were like a pit mix. Oh, it wasn't a pit bull. It was a quote unquote. It was a mixed breed. It had the blocky head. It kind of looked like a pit bull. It had the huge jaw. But you can't go blaming pit bulls. And people will believe this. They'll fall for it and they'll perpetuate that. But this argument is easily broken down. If the dog is a pit bull mix, it only has, a little bit of pit bull in it. So if these attacks that are as deadly as a full-on pit bull attack, where like kids have their face look like Texas Chainsaw Massacre stitched back together, and grandmas and grandpas are being literally killed by these pit mixes, then the severity of the attack is just as bad as a big bad full-on American bully pit bull with the big muscles and the biggest head available. But there's only this much pit bull in the dog, but the severity, do you guys see what I'm saying? If all you need is this much pit bull in the mix of dogs, and the severity of the attack is as bad as, or almost as bad as, a full-on pit bull attack, then that's a worse scenario for pit bulls then, because all you need is a little bit of a pit bull in the mix. It's like 3 dogs jump the fence. This is like you can find this story dozens of times over. One's a mastiff, right? One's a pit bull mixed with a German shepherd, and one is like a cane corso, and they're all bully breeds. They all look the same. They're all from lineages of fighting and killing dogs. And then people will say, well, the pit bull attack happened, and then they'll say, oh no, you can't go blaming no pit bulls because that wasn't all pit bulls. It was the cane corso, it was this and that. But you get it? Only 1/3 of the dogs was pit bull, and that pit bull dog only had this much pit bull in him, yet the severity of the attack was as if it was a pit bull. So that's one of the logical fallacies that these dog culture people use in the arguments all over social media. And then other people in the dog culture that don't do their own research, they hear that and then they perpetuate it. And most people that are trying to make the point about a dog being dangerous, they get trapped in that and they fall for it too. But it's a total fallacy. It's easily provable wrong, even though it sounds so right on the surface. People will say, oh, you can't go blaming pit bulls because that was a mix. Well, right, but what was he mixed with? He had a fucking dash of pit bull in the breeding, and all that's all that was needed to make that attack, absolutely atrociously flesh removing, life removing from the human that was attacked. So, hope you guys like my little rant about dog culture, but pay attention in the arguments. People will say that all the time, and if you do a little research and don't take their bullshit at face value, a lot of other points